I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming.
Good morning, Hebrew Nation. I hope I'm finding you all blessed. Usually I talk to the tribe, my tribe, Yehuda, the princes of Yehuda. But tonight, Yahuwah, the God of Genesis, just to be clear who I belong to and who I'm always speaking his words, okay? His name is Yahuwah. He is the God of Israel, Yasharel, and Yisrael. Let's just cover them, okay? He is the God of Genesis. He's the creator, and he is the landlord and the owner of all this shit. So now that we're clear on who I'm speaking of, tonight I'm going to speak to GAD and RUBEN. My father was full-blooded Cherokee Indian. I now know that since we lost our heritage, we went off on our own tribes, gave our own selves names. And I remember when Yahuwah woke me up, and I was over there in Christianity, where I was adopted. But when he woke me up, I found out that I was full-blooded Hebrew with the DNA of the Father himself, who is black. I found out that the blood coursing through my veins is royalty. And I found out that the reason that we lost that and we're in that bullshit is because we came out of his laws. And we cut covenant with Esau. Literally, with a turkey feather. We canceled out the Creator's covenant with Abraham. That is why we suffered like we did. But Yahuwah, the Great Spirit, told me to bring you a message. Because he said, in these last days, I will comfort my own, as well as provide, feed, protect, house, and feed. My word. My laws. I'm giving you an opportunity to stand up and be who you really are and take your birthright back. Because that is the only way that you can have your revenge. Last days. Do you understand me? Oh, Gad. You are like lions to the battlefield. Gad. The troops are on your heels, but in the end, you will be on theirs, and you will take them captive who took you captive, in the land will be returned to you. Oh, Gad, who teareth off the arm and scalp the crown. Those are our Creator's words. And I know you can look around and see this world is exploding because he's putting his foot on every continent. And you can pick a side and come up under your crown, or you can stay over there where we suffered and never got anything, not even from Jesus. You need to listen to me, because I'm coming as my tribe's prophet. Oh yes, I studied you. I saw where you are. Is there not one grandmother in my tribe doing what I'm doing and saving the next generation? Oh Gad, is there not one who has those fringes on that should remind you of the laws that he gave us at Mount Sinai in Saudi Arabia when Moshe brought us out of Egypt and that bondage? If you're wearing those fringes and you're following the laws, I salute you. But if you're wearing those fringes and still in Esau's ways, you better come out. But I want to comfort you tonight, on a night when they sit down, even with our brothers of Yehuda, Issachar, and Gad, Reuben. I hope it's just because they're not awake, because an angel's writing down every fucking bite they take tonight and tomorrow. And I came to give you comfort. Give you a choice. Whenever I come into this courtroom, I go get Father and say, you have to go with me. Because I represent his laws. And because he will judge every word that comes out of my mouth. He was also co-signed every word I say to you. We are the remnant. We are all, you look around, look at everything that's happened. We are the only reason that this shit is taken off. You know why? Because Father said, I'll take down nations for you. I love you so much. But don't be like a whore. Don't be like a prostitute, adulterous wife. Because I gave you those jewels. I had you beautiful, Gad. And you prostituted yourself. You took everything that I had given you. I gave you a jewel for your forehead. I gave you bracelets, earrings. I gave you animals' coats. And you went after Esau's ways. Our ancestors did this. But we have a chance to rule this fucking earth with King David and Yehuda and all the rest of the tribes. But you will not survive what's coming if you don't come up under this crown. I'm giving you back your heritage, Gad. I'm telling you that the Father is calling you home, and he's pleading with you to come out of all of it, the witchcraft. Oh yes, whenever I leave this channel, whenever I leave my Facebook, it's because he's called me off, and I have to go back in the classroom. He sent me for these 3 tribes: Yehuda, Gad, and Issachar, who they renamed blacks, Native Americans from Indians, which means slaves, and Issachar, Latin and Mexican. I came to bring you your crowns, but tonight is for Gad. I used to get your music, not your music, but I used to go on a channel, I used to find my people, where you would stand out in the mountains, in the wilderness, and cry out to our great spirit to bring his wrath over Esau, the seed of Cain, for what they did to our people. But we came out of those fucking logs, dude. We wounded him like he has never been wounded before. See, you know all about Jesus' pain, but I want to tell you about Yahuwah's, our fathers, our king. We used to rule this place until we were adulterous to him. And he said, then I get you and I clean you all up and I take you back as a husband takes his adulterous wife, and then you do that shit again. I cried so hard that my eyes were sore. I'm repeating what he said. Know that. I had to watch you go through it. But it was even worse because of what Esau did. This is going to soothe your pain. Because Yahuwah hurt the whole time that we were hurting. And I'm going to give you that. On this night, where they cook their fucking meal. And since they were slaughtering us at such a high fucking rate, their president said, look, we're going to have to boil this down to 1 damn day a year. We're going to have to do that because we just can't keep doing this every fucking night. That's where Thanksgiving killing came from. We showed them how to survive in the winter so they didn't starve to death. Showed them to get clothes. Gave them everything. That's what we Hebrews do, and they just steal it and say, hey, this is our idea, get the fuck out of here. And they gave us blankets with smallpox on it. They killed our women and children. And then put their fucking feet on us and had Thanksgiving dinner. But on this night, my beautiful family, GAD, I want you to know that our God saw it all. And you need to hear what I have to say to you. In the book of Enoch and a lot of the other books, it's called the 70 Shepherds. And it's chapter 89, but there's a lot of other things that back it up, so you have to study to show yourself worthy. You have to study and stop listening to every damn thing you hear. That's why I tell you, I don't tell you where to find it. You have to study. I have to bring you into that so you can be blessed. I'm kind of tricking you into the blessings, into the covenant, by working it. But in the book of Enoch, when we came out of these laws, we wounded him like he has never been wounded before, like we are today. Not me. Shit. I'm not claiming that shit. Because when I woke up, I cleaned up everything that was offensive to him. I love him. That's why he never left my side, even when I was over there. I cleaned up everything. But our ancestors came out of those laws. And they were doing wicked shit, just like today. Witchcraft, everything. Everything outside of his laws is witchcraft. You can't cast a demon out of shit because Yahuwah sent it. Because they're cursed. That's why they don't go anywhere. They just laugh at them. So Yahuwah set 70 shepherds over the house of Israel. He told them, I'm going to bring him to you in numbers. I'm going to tell you which ones to kill. I'm going to tell you which ones to, in a matter of fact, have mercy on. And gave us over to Esau. We came out of the laws. And he called the angels. And he pulled them aside. I want you to listen to what I have to say to you tonight. He pulled the angels. And he assigned them to stand over the shepherds, being Esau, that he delivered us into the hands of. He said they're not going to listen to anything I say. They are going to further the punishment and abuse my people. And I want you to write down everything that they do every day to my children. I want you to bring it to me at the end of the day, and I'm going to put it in file. And when I wreck that place, being America, Babylon, who took us captive and stole his jewels, when they come to my throne for judgment and believe that they will be judged, for those that think that their sins are forgiven and they will not come up against them, I tell you as Yahuwah, your King Israel, that I will judge them, not Jesus. And I will hold everything that they did against you. Because I was a little angry over the offenses that you did to me. But Esau furthered your wounds and your punishment. And I am angry. And I will not forgive. And I will not forget. Who are they to think for one moment that we, being his first love, that had to suffer at the rate that we suffered, we cried out to our God, and he said, in your captivity, oh, you will remember yourselves. And did they not? It's nothing compared to what every single one of them outside of his law will go into when this comes down in America. Because he said, I'm not giving that bitch one day past what I've given her. I will have my heart's desire, and I will have my revenge. And I will use Yehuda, Gad, and Issachar to tear down what they built on their backs and their hands. Oh yes, I will have my revenge. He never forgot. He couldn't watch, so he put angels over and had them recorded. To this day, they did not get away with it. Because if he would punish us, you better damn sure he will punish Esau, whom he hates. They have you believing in a Messiah, whose mother is Queen of Heaven, a goddess, false god, with a child named Jesus, whose Greek name means Hail Zeus. They're Hebrew, and he is white. And they had to turn him black real quick and say, shit, we got to keep these Hebrews. Why? Why do they want us out of covenant? You need to ask yourself that, my princes, my brothers, who are going to lead this and set us all free and rule with him forever. But why do they want you, strong-ass, strapping, gifted images of God himself, out of the Old Testament laws? That was never canceled out. Abraham didn't cancel it out, and neither did Yahuwah. I'm going to tell you why. Because when you come back into these laws, you receive mighty power that they fake and tell you have. You're not to put any name before the Creator's, our God. What kind of power? You need to read the book of Yasher. Because when we ruled this earth, our 12 brothers, the 12 tribes of Yaakov, we were bad to the fucking bone. Every nation in this motherfucking world feared us. And if you go back and return to our heritage, our bloodline, our tribes, our brothers, and this covenant, and most of all, our Creator and our God, you will be filled with so much fucking power you won't know what to do with it. He said, I'll make men fear you. Every man that comes against you will not prevail. And I am a living fucking witness of it. You better believe that I had to fight to get home and pay a price in 54 years to get my princes back to the Father. They can have what's left. If he didn't choose them, if they're not sealed, if they're not his blood, he doesn't want them. And you're in there in witchcraft in Revelation. Why is it that everything is solid crystal clear in the Old Testament that just happens to be our Hebrew Torah? And their books are not in our Torah. But why is it that they had to keep you over there? Because if you came over here and you returned to your own land and your heritage, your roots, you would see that everything they taught you over there is a counterfeit. And you will be the head of the heathen as soon as you return to him. You have to wake up. Because our children have to make it back to the land. And in the book of Revelation, where they got unicorns, that's a mythological creature. Gog and Magog is false religion, which is what you see here in mythology. They got unicorns, dude. But check this. He took me on a study. And he showed me to break it down. Every word that you see, break it down in Hebrew, ancient Hebrew. Don't go by the English language. So that's what I did. The red dragon that they're telling you is sitting up there in that fucking sky. And he's about to take his tail and whoop, Smack all the stars down. That's not our fucking book. Yah tells us how this is going down over there. That doesn't belong to us. But that red dragon is sure as fuck coming, because Yah's going to use him like he used the king of Babylon to take us down the other times. The red dragon is the Chinese Communist Party. And I'm going to be bringing that to you, breaking it down, and telling you what it really says. Because we will be safe before it breaks off. He will pull the remnant out. That's what all this has been about for the last 400 fucking years, was to save the remnant. And those of us that are in the law, is there no grandmothers over there? Our children are the virgins because they haven't been corrupted with all this bullshit. It doesn't mean they haven't laid down with a mate. They are virgins to this wicked ass place. They are untouched. And all they know is his laws. You better damn straight know that this Danny right here with an eye leads so I can get him home. I used to get you guys and let you cry through this house to come and bring your judgment against them that plundered us, especially on this night. And I let you cry through my house because I'm anointed, I'm in the law, and I can take it to him. He will hear me like he heard Deborah. I have access for you there. You have to come out because he never forgave them. Jesus, he'll let anybody in there because it's Rome's God. It is Caesar's God. He loves the fucking world that's against Yahuwah. And the world is anybody that stands and pits themselves against our covenant, against our laws. And you should know that JC never happened because our laws say we have such a compassionate Father. I'm going to tell you word for word what he said. He said, "Oh, Yisrael." I want you to tell me who's twisted, you or me, to think that I would take a righteous man who guards my covenant and lives my laws, my feasts, and my Sabbaths, and have him die as a payment for a wicked-ass man that has no regard for me at all. You gotta be fucking kidding me. He said, no, I tell you today that if you stay in this, you will surely die. I will take your life because it's over. When did he tell us that we would know that it was our time? When the time of the Gentiles is up. Well, when is that? When my children wake up. You have to come up under your fucking crown. Because he's going to use you with Yehuda and Issachar. Jacob's trouble is Jacob bringing that shit. And Yah provoking it. Stirring it up. I dare you to look up trouble in ancient Hebrew. It means to stir. To provoke. To anger. He's causing all this stuff while he's bringing us up. Why? To riot, to break things, to tear down. Why? Because he said I never fucking forgave him. And every single sin is going to come up fucking against them. Those that took into captivity, they're going to damn sure go into it. And those that killed by the sword, because they killed more than I gave them permission for, he said. They have overstepped their bounds. And it's all recorded. You are going to tear this fucking thing down when y'all turns you loose. And if you're not in these laws and you don't come home, he said, I will use you to destroy it from within, and you can see that happening. You can see that happening. And I will destroy you with it. He's coming to get the remnant. And when it's broken down so fucking far by the inside, by their own people, and by his tribes, he said, I'm going to gather nations behind them, and they're all going to come in. I'm telling you, it's not going to end the way they fucking told you over there. I'm telling you how it's going to end. Oh, GAD. You be on the troops' heels. GAD. You are like lions to the battlefield. This is Jacob's blessing over our tribe, GAD. And if you want to stay over there, Blackfoot, Cherokee, Apache, and keep your name and not come into this royal bloodline, this royal crown that belongs to your fucking ass, that's fine. But when this shit breaks off, you'll regret it to your soul. You have a father that's telling you, I didn't leave you. And in the end, let me tell you something, Yehuda, whom they called niggers, which in ancient Hebrew means simply black. Let me tell you something, GAD, who they call Native Americans. We are not fucking Americans. We are fucking captive here. And we want to go home. And we are praising his name, watching this shit. Because he said, we will see the punishment of the wicked with our own eyes. I'm going to show it to you, he said. They gave you wounds that you had no medicine for, and it took a long time to heal them. I know what they did. He said they're going to pay for it. And those of Esau that do not humble themselves, I will bring those that humble themselves and own what has been done. And I will bring them to your feet and make them confess that I have always loved you. And they will be your servants and your handmaidens, and the ones that can accept to be humble and come to this judgment and what you have done. I'm going to destroy them with the fallen angels that started all this shit. I love him so much. I spend every second I can with him alone. Because I know how he suffered. I know how we've suffered. I took your cries to him. I turned my TV on full blast as you cried out with tears. Oh, hey, ya, hey, ya. Oh, hey, ya. Oh, hey, ya. Hey, ya. Oh, hey, ya, hey, ya. Oh, hey, ya. Oh, yeah, Yahuwah. I cried with you. I took you to him. My job is to go get his princes and bring them home to power so that we can rule this forever. With King David on the throne, if that was born into the tribe of Yehuda, and he will never lose the scepter. And I would never have any other shepherd over my people. David was his heart. He also speaks of this shepherd here that Rome brought, that he will leave his flock. And he said any shepherd that leaves his flock should have his eyes plucked. As they sit down tonight, I want you to think about what I've said to you. He preserved the remnant. I know all of you are not going to line up. And Esau, I only came for the ones that belong to us. You can keep the rest, because he doesn't want them. Wake up. I'm begging you. For our children. And so we can go home. After we tear this shit down. With his power. He's never broke a promise to us. We can go back and be filled with so much fucking power. Everything that breathes in this motherfucking earth fears us. Because I'm feared. Because they know that when they fuck with me, they fuck with him. Why? Because he said, when you come back into covenant with me, your enemies are mine. You better believe that his are mine. And I'm going to get every single one of the ones that belong to us. And then I will leave their camp peacefully. And you better believe that I have angels encamped all around me in military fucking form, because this is the only way you can get them. His mercy's on you right now, recording every fucking thing you're doing. By an angel. You better believe there's an army standing around everything that I own and love. Because he adores me. Because I adore him. And I will tell you this. There is nothing, no man, no motherfucking woman that puts any fear in me. I fear my Creator, my God, and my Father. And he has trained me all my life to come get you. The choice is yours. Free will is very important to him, but he has a remedy for both of them. So I leave this with you in this courtroom right now, for you are the jury. And I am prosecuting their lies and defending my God's truth. And that is the God of Israel. The God of Genesis. Choose ye wisely. Don't worry about those that sat down and put that food in their mouth to false gods and celebrated our death. Because Psalm says 1,000 will fall by our side and 10,000 are going to fall at the other side. But it will not come near us. We are preserved to go back and rule. And if you don't fucking believe me, then go into the Old Testament, Ezekiel, Jeremiah, every single one of them, because they all witness one another. That's what they tried to do over there with Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. I was over there for 40 years. I know every word's in there. I absorb it like a sponge. When I go in there and study and he takes me into class, my brain is like a sponge that's just sucking up fucking water. And I don't lose it. I don't forget it. And I can quote what he said word for word. I can be your light. I want to tell you something. I've seen a few videos on YouTube. And it's this white woman. And she said that she was in a room. She had this dream. And she was in a room. And there was a lot of white people around them. And she said, we should pray to Jesus. And they said, shh, don't say that here. Because China don't believe in him. And she said, so I just walked around and looked at her. She said, I was so shocked. I was so shocked that nobody wanted to pray in that name. Well, shit, where's he at now? Yah said, none of your gods are going to deliver you out of my hand. And when I judge your ass, you see if one of them shows up to bear witness for you and tell me that you did no wrong. They will not be there. And whatever God has prophesied to you, and you see what I have said today. I say none, he said. I'm pleading with you. And when this is over, you will be sitting in a cage naked, just like she said. And she said she walked up and she said, why can't we pray in the name of Jesus? And she said, out of the blue, a man came and stabbed her in the stomach and said, don't say that name here. She said she woke up. Well, what does it mean? That's what Becky said. Well, I can tell you what it means. You've been hoodwinked. And ain't shit coming for you but my Father for what's been done to his children here. We are the children of Israel, honey. And we're about to see our second Exodus, and when we leave this motherfucking place just like Egypt, we're taking our shit. And Yah said that when I get you home, they that you took as your possession, that wanted to spare their lives, though they will build your houses, they shall build the nation of Hebrew Israelites, and they will do it as your servants, and their hands shall build your houses, and they shall bleed while you take the glory for it as they did. Hallelujah! He never forgot our people. And those, let me tell you about the resurrection. Our people, that's the dead bones in Ezekiel. Yahuwah said, I can't do that. I'm going to raise them up. And he raised them up for Ezekiel. He said he couldn't see the end of this army. And King David came up with them. And all the prophets. You better wake your ass up. Because you've been hoodwinked at the highest degree. Let me tell you something. The secret to this life, I give it to you now. It is the God of Genesis. It is our Holy One of the real Yisrael, Yasharel. In this life, he's the secret. And we're going to be bad again. And those that love him are about to step into a life that we have never known as royal judges, ambassadors over our law, and we will rule every nation with him. I wanted to give you comfort on tonight. Because I see so many of our brothers in Yehuda that suffered the same shit that we fucking did. Sitting down, taking their children with them, and they'll do it for fucking Christmas too. Stand off of it, get as far away from it as you can, because I'm going to tell you something right now. I follow Yahuwah's calendar and no other. And that is that full moon that he gave us on the day that he fucking created it. It's as plain as the nose on your face. And for the first time that I've seen, tomorrow is also, the second that sun comes up, it is the holy Sabbath of Yahuwah. And it is also their Thanksgiving. Now you follow me now, honey. Y'all said I'm separating the wheat from the wheat from the chaff. And those that sit on that side over there, they are the world's. And they are a clear definition in a line about mine. Whatever they sit down to tomorrow, I don't care what damn tribe you come from, every bite of that food, Yah is having it recorded by an angel. You can check it out yourself, for it is written. We don't have to cry anymore. They're putting on sackcloth over there. Fuck that shit. We get to pull it off, baby. And you're going to give me those fucking fabrics that you got on your fucking back and in your closet right damn now. Because they're mine, according to the covenant. And you're going in sackcloth. Because he said, when my people see this breaking off, they will be rejoicing. They will be praising my name, for they know what time it is. We know the secrets, baby. The Christians do not. In the same way that they made our princes while we women watched suffer in this day or in the ancestors' day. It's going to come back on their own heads. And he said, my people will be willing. The ones that have already come solid home, we are pacing like tigers in a cage because we are willing. And he is lifting the skirt on Esau and America and that liberty bitch sitting in the middle of the water telling every other nation this is occupied. A false female god. He's going to take it all out just like he has been the statues. He said, because they will tear down your idols that you have made and break them to pieces. Have we not done that? You have a small opportunity of time to return. I'm begging you to come home. I know that all of you are not going to come. Because he said we are a stubborn-ass people, which is what Israel means, to contend with Yahuwah, the God of Israel, our God. But we're going to get a new name when we get home because we ain't contending with him. And there ain't no man going to pull us out of these fucking laws again. Do you understand me? They got a vaccine coming out. And Yah is the one bringing it because he said, I'm going to cleanse this earth. You better not be caught at that table tomorrow. I don't give a damn who you are. Tribe of Esau or not. Because you're being recorded. And you are picking a side. Because his Sabbath falls on that day. And also on your heathen Christmas day. You better believe he will use it against you when he brings what troops are coming, baby. You better fucking know it. And he named every single one of them. And he's sending in here. That's why they kept you over there believing that unicorn lie. I have to save your life. The ones that he's talking to. You are royalty. You are beloved so much. I cannot tell you how much he loves you. He loves us, his daughters. Yes, he adores us. You are the apple of his eye. And he's why he's ripping it up. He said, I'll tear down nations for you. I love you so much. And this is the last nation on Nebuchadnezzar's statue. Once it's destroyed, it will never raise up again because we will be in command with our King David, who is the only shepherd that was ever chosen over the house and the children of Israel. Don't get it twisted, boo. Because some of us have a personal relationship with him. I know him. I am Daddy's little girl. He is the most precious thing that I own. He is the lifeline that my children have and their children. Because he said, if you sit down to these holidays tomorrow, Hosea 4 and 6, you forgot my laws. My laws, I am your God. And if you do it, I promise you that when this breaks off, I will forget your children. Go look it up. Or go to my wall. I'm on Facebook, Zekiah, GAD, Israel. Go look it up. I put it all there for you. Take heart, GAD, and make it your business to get everybody in your house lined up with the Old Testament laws. There's not 10, honey. There's 618. Most of them are Kohen. The other ones are just common sense, decent living. They lied to us. I love you so much, GAD. I'll pray for you. I pray for you so much. But I know this is what gives me peace. Because whatever, there's 144,000. Whoever is chosen out of our tribe, he's going to get you by this. And I don't have to worry about the rest. Failing him is not an option. Do you understand me? I want to go home. I want to be out of this. See, pigs love to waller in fucking shit and mud. They love the smell of it. They like to get that shit all over them. But I'm a Hebrew queen living in a mud pit. That is, an animal will take a lamb that doesn't like to get its coat dirty. This is not where I belong. But I am not my ancestors. You better fucking know that shit today. I will not let myself or my family come out of that law. I am not my ancestors. I am a grandmother that leads. Keep your eyes up. Go to the Old Testament. Tell him that you're sorry. Tell him you understand and that you want to learn our ways. Line up with any law that you choose, but line up with one of them. And you can have the covenant, the protection, the benefits, the power, and then learn. He's going to teach you. He told Jeremiah, he said, rejoice, Israel. Because there's not going to be a man teaching my people anymore. Because in last days, right before I rip this shit up, I am going to teach the remnant myself. I will be inside of them. You see how they stole the temple stuff and the Holy Spirit, Holy Ghost? Hey, a ghost is a dark entity. What the fuck did they have us put in us as children? That's why they snatched us up and said, you got to receive him. Don't you fucking get it? Because y'all will not rest in a temple that with an unclean fucking God in it. They can't do nothing to save you. He said, I'll take up residency in your children, and I'll teach them myself. And in the last days, I will comfort them, provide for them, feed them, and I will take them to a land where they will be safe. The rest of them, I'll open up the earth and have her swallow them down. Just like at Mount Sinai in Saudi Arabia. You have a choice to pick a side tonight while you have liberty. I adore every one of these tribes, and I'm going to get whoever belongs to him. Be blessed. Return to our covenant. Because our God of Israel is the only one that's going to save anything in this world. And let me tell you something. He's not going to destroy the earth. Let me just bust that shit up right now. Because y'all said, I made this for my people. And earth is not going to be destroyed. And neither will the foundations of it. But I will fucking tell you this. That this land, this continent, North America, I am going to curse. I'm going to burn it to where a blade of grass won't even fucking grow on it. And not an animal that I have created will take up residency here. For they will know that I, Yahuwah, have cursed it. So this bitch is down. And she's not getting back up. He said no one's going to live here ever again. It's such a repulse to him. You want to go home? I know the way, and I can take you to him. Until the next time. Oh, Abba Yahuwah, thank you for this opportunity. I didn't forget a thing. It's because you came with me. I'm comforted when you are on the judgment seat over me. I adore you so much, Father. And I am going to heal that heart. I'm going to heal it. Because I know what you've suffered. I know that the angels are just, because you said it, they're rejoicing because they know that the remnant is getting ready to be exodused out of here again. And we will never go back. Thank you for everything that you're doing for us. And you said with all your cries, cry for my judgment and my slaughter on those that plummeted you. Make sure that you mention that in your prayers to me, so I mention it now. Oh, great Spirit. Ha, Elion, God of the Hebrews. God Most High. He is the Holy One, our Holy One of Israel, and Yasharel. We adore you, and I will not stop until I get the princess under that crown. I just need you to help me, and I'm going to take your name to the four corners of this earth as I promised you, and no other God will be praised for what you did here, Father, and no other God will even be here, for they will praise your name, O God of Genesis, and they will praise the works of your hands. I will live every day of my life making it so, and I am taking you out there. Father, cover everything and bring them back to this law that belongs to you. But those that don't line up with it, I ask the prayer of David in Psalms 139, that you take them out and destroy them in the worst way, that do not love you, do not line up with your laws, and pit themselves against you and everything that you love. Wipe them from the face of this earth. I pray Abel's prayer that you wipe Cain from the face of this earth for what they did to your first love, Yahuwah. And Father, thank you that even though you knew what we were going to go through, you saved the remnant. You kept your contract and your covenant with our father Abraham. And I thank you. Esau did not skate on this bill. In your name, Yahuwah. Hallelujah! Yahoo! Yahoo! Yahuwah! To the tribe of Yehuda, to the tribe of Gad, Reuben, and the Issachar. Hold on. For fuck's sake. What did you get over there in that? Nothing. But you can have everything that you were trying to get over there, over here, because it's already yours. They just didn't want you to know it. That's why they kept you in that testament that they called the New Covenant. I mean to tell you that our Hebrew covenant and laws are an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, a life for a life, an ass for an ass. Or you can be over there where he says, if your enemy slaps you in the face, you just forgive him and give him the other one. Fuck that shit. I like our laws better. So that should be an easy decision for you. I'm there if you need me. Keep your eyes up because it's our turn. And get in those damn laws. You have to get in the laws. Until the next video, I love you with all my heart. Shalom.
I'm coming home.